Hey guys, how are you? This is Paul Salvat. I'm the general manager of BB eBooks out here in Bangkok, Thailand. Today we're just going to briefly go over how to publish your ebook and print book at Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, also known as KDP. Now, the first thing we need to make sure we have prior to publishing at KDP, we want to make sure we have all our files. Here I have mine all saved on my desktop. So I've got an ebook cover. I've got my print cover as a PDF. The ebook cover is a JPEG. I've got my print interior. That's a PDF file. I've got my ebook file. In late 2020, Amazon started requesting EPUB files instead of the old Mobi files to upload. So I've got both here. You can actually upload either a Mobi or an EPUB, but I'm going to upload my EPUB for Kindle file, and we're going to get published here on Amazon. Okay. So first thing we want to do is go to kdp.amazon.com. Then I'm going to go into my bookshelf, as you can see. Okay. We're going to create a new title. Okay. We're going to click on the Kindle book here. Okay. So most of these are pretty self-explanatory. Choose my language, English. So book title. I'm going to do Edgar Rice Burroughs, Princess of Mars book. Okay. Now this is actually an old book, not written by me, but we're going to pretend it's written by me for the purpose of this. Tutorial. If your book's part of a series, you can add the series detail here. If it's an edition number, like first or second edition, you can put that here. It's optional though. Now the author is required, so I'm going to put my name in here. Obviously, you would put your name in here. Okay. Description. So this will be the blurb that gets that shows up on your Amazon product page. So this is really important, right? So I don't have a prepared one, so I'm going to say this is a science fiction book. I'm just going to write in the worst blurb ever, but feel free to write in your best blurb, and you can keep track of how many characters left. So they give you 4,000 characters. Now, for the publishing rights, I'm going to say I own the copyright. If it's a public domain work, if you're publishing a public domain book, there's some rules and restrictions on that. You can look into those. But generally, if you're publishing a Kindle Direct, you own the copyright. Okay. Keywords, you get 7. You can pick anything you want. I'm going to choose science fiction, Mars fiction. You can go up to 7. And then categories, you get 2 categories, so you can browse through these. Pick the best ones you like. Science fiction, there's actually a bunch of call that space opera. Okay, so you get 2 categories. Those are important too. The keywords and the categories, that's kind of how people find your book through searches and through recommendations. So it is important. So give it some thought. The children's book age range, the age and grade range, these are only for children's books. If it's an adult book, you can just skip it. Now the pre-order option, you can do your book as a pre-order. So when you set up for a pre-order, you're setting up the product aid page, and people can come and purchase the book. And then once the pre-order book goes live, it'll deliver it to their Kindle on that day. And so you set the day. I believe if you do the pre-order option, you have to have the cover and manuscript uploaded. I believe it's 4 days prior to the book. It might be a week. I'm not sure. Double check on that. Sorry, I don't remember the time requirements. But you have to make sure you have your final manuscript and final cover uploaded if you do the pre-order at the right time, or you end up in Amazon jail. You don't want to be in Amazon jail. Okay? So I've got this portion. Now I'm going to save and continue. Then we kind of get to the fun stuff here. Okay. So Kindle book content. Okay. So I'm going to upload my ebook. Now you get the option of setting digital rights management. What that does is if you select yes, it makes it harder for your book to be pirated. Now keep in mind, there's always ways around pirates. There's always ways around the digital rights management by pirates, but it just kind of setting it to yes keeps keeps honest people honest. So I would probably select yes. I'm going to upload my ebook manuscript. Now this is going to be where you upload your EPUB or MOBI file, and like I said, they're going to Amazon recommends the EPUB, so I'm going to upload my EPUB for Kindle file here. Here we go. All right. So we're just going to wait on that. Go ahead, let that upload. Okay, great. And now I'm going to upload my cover. The cover creator is like a program that Amazon has where you can make your own cover. I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend investing in hiring a cover designer, and then you can get a nice professional cover. So for the ebook cover, you want to make sure you upload the ebook cover, not the print cover. The ebook cover will look like this. It'll just be the front cover. The print cover is in a PDF format, and it'll have the back part on the left side with the text on the back part of the book. So you want to make sure you upload your ebook cover, so don't get these confused. So I'm going to go ahead and upload my ebook cover. Okay. And we'll wait for that to upload. Okay. And then once this uploads, we'll be able to launch the previewer, and that'll show us what, after the EPUB file gets converted to the specific Amazon format, how it will actually look on people's Kindle devices. Now, you can do the same thing by downloading the Kindle Previewer software from Amazon and viewing it that way. But generally, I recommend checking out your ebook using the Kindle Previewer, just so that, just to make sure you uploaded the right book. Oh dear. Let's try launching the Previewer again. Getting an error here. Generally, want to make sure you've uploaded the right file and that it works. Okay, you uploaded the right cover. Good. The cover you upload will replace whatever cover is in the ebook package. So okay, so I can kind of click through here. This is a lot better to preview on the Kindle Previewer, but for your locally device. But just doing the online one, just make sure the right book got uploaded. Okay. And yes, indeed, this is the correct book that I wanted to upload. So I'm going to go back to book details up here. Okay. Okay. So now for your ISBN, as Amazon says, ebooks don't require an ISBN. You can add an ISBN here if you like. It's up to you. You can also add a publisher if you want, optional as well. A lot of people, a lot of authors who self-publish, they come up with their own publishing house names. That's fine. You can just add whatever you like there. For the ISBN, usually you can skip that. For ebook, it's fine. So I'm going to save and continue. Next, you'll get into the pricing, the exciting stuff. Now, what you got to keep in mind for pricing is, if you want the 70% option, you have to price between $2.99 and $9.99 at the Kindle store. Now, if you take the 35%, you can price as low as 99 cents, all the way up to $200. Actually, I don't know anyone who would pay $200 for an ebook, but you never know. But generally, most people wanted the 70 cents. So like $2.99 is a very popular price because you'll get the 70% royalty rate. Now, one thing. So if I price it at $2.99, okay, it'll show you what you get. Now, what is this delivery fee? What's that all about? Okay, so inside the ebook, depending on how much content is in the ebook, and especially depending on the images, the interior of the ebook will contain a certain amount of megabytes. In our case, it contains half a megabyte. So it's about, Amazon charges 15 cents per megabyte. Now, this generally isn't a big deal if you're like a straight narrative fiction writer, but for nonfiction books with like lots of images and stuff, this can really it can drive up the price, unfortunately. So that's why whenever BB ebooks, we make ebooks, we keep the image sizes kind of small. They don't need to be that good for ebook. The images don't need to be that big for ebook. So we keep them kind of small, and that's to keep that pesky delivery fee down. And when you type in the price here, you'll see how much it is. Now, keep in mind, if you take the 35% option, they won't charge you any delivery. Amazon doesn't charge the delivery fee. So if you have a book with like 500 images or something, you may want to consider taking the 35% royalty option. Okay. All right, and KDP Select, you can select the KDP Select option. Now what that does is it gets free for Amazon Prime members, and it gets like better algorithmic rating. The catch is you can't have your book anywhere else in any other vendor, so you can't publish at Nook, at Kobo, at Google Play. You can only publish at Amazon. You can't even publish on your own website. So if you take the KDP Select, you can only have your book published at Amazon. So kind of Amazon has all the rights to it. So it's up to you if you want to do Select. You can do a little research online, seeing whether Select is right for you. It's kind of a big decision. And then once all that's done, you can publish your Kindle ebook. Now let's go back. We're just going to save this as a draft for right now. And let's talk about setting up publishing our print book. Okay. So I'm going to go to my bookshelf. Okay, now that we've got the ebook set up, we can make the paper book. So what I can do is I can go to my Kindle book product page and click on the plus create paperback. Okay. So for the paperback details, you can probably keep all this stuff the same. It'll import it from like your ebook details. It's probably all the same, but what we're going to do is we're going to save and continue. And now what we got to do, it's a little different when we publish our paperback than when we publish the ebook. So for the ISBNs are required for print. Some people like to buy their own, or you can just get Amazon to assign you one. Up to you. The publication date, you can just leave that blank. That's fine. Now, for the interior and paper type, I definitely recommend black and white unless you absolutely have to have images that are color. The reason is the color printing is like about 4 to 5 times more expensive than black and white printing. So I'd recommend going with black and white if you can. Either cream or white. Cream's kind of a more traditional kind of look. White's a bit more modern. Up to you, whatever you prefer. I'm going to go white for this one. Now the trim size, this is important. This is how your print book was laid out. This one was, for the Princess of Mars, we laid this out in 5x8 trim. So I'm going to select a different size. I'm going to go 5x8 trim. Okay. If you ever forget, you can pull up your PDF file. Go here. Go File, Properties. Check the page size here, so it's 5x8. Okay. All right. Bleed settings. Bleed is when the images run to the edge of the page and the book gets cut at the image, so it looks kind of nice. You see that a lot in like magazines and education books, but for novels, generally, almost usually no bleed. So unless you're in a special case where you want images to go to the edge of the page, we're just going to select no bleed. And if you do have that, you have to set up your print interior a certain way. But generally, so no bleed for that one. The paperback cover finish, glossy or matte, up to you. Matte's a more like traditional kind of literary look, but glossy is a more like, contemporary look. Up to you. I guess we'll just go with, let's go with matte. Why not? All right, so this is where you upload your manuscript. So this is going to be your interior. So I'm going to click Upload Paperback Manuscript, and I'm going to go find my PDF interior, not the cover, the interior. So mine is listed, if you're a BB eBooks customer, it'll be listed like pod_createspace, something like that. So I'm going to upload that. The next step, after I upload my print interior, I'm going to upload my print cover. Now you want to make sure you don't upload your ebook cover. So the print cover will have, the back cover will be on the left part of the PDF, and the front cover will be on the right, and the binding will be kind of in the middle. You can kind of see it here. So that's the back cover, front cover, and that's the spine right there. So that goes across the binding. Not the greatest looking cover in the world, but we just set something up so we could do this for the tutorial. So I have my own cover, so I'm going to upload a PDF cover. So I'm going to upload my PDF cover. There we go. Okay, we're going to let that upload. And then once we have our print interior and print cover uploaded, we're going to be able to launch the previewer and to see how that looks. Now they want us to provide an ISBN. I'm going to assign a free ISBN. Assign ISBN. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. We're going to launch the previewer here. And what this will do, this will allow you to make sure you uploaded the correct cover and the correct interior. So I generally recommend you perform this step just to make sure that the correct files were uploaded. So we're going to go through some checks here to see if there's any quality issues. If there are quality issues when you upload either your cover or your print interior, you can send the quality issues, you can send to your cover artist, or you can take note of them if you did your own cover. And if it's the print interior, if we did your print interior for you, you can notify us, or you can fix the issues themselves. Common mistake for the cover is that the spine is the wrong size. So one thing that helps is you can go to the Kindle cover templates. The Amazon provides a template, so you basically tell Amazon what your trim, what your page count is, and whether you want white or cream paper, and they build like these kind of handy files that you can use in a either in Photoshop or GIMP or a similar program to build the correct cover size. Now for the interior, a lot of the times the errors you get is the fonts aren't embedded properly, or you don't have adequate margins on the text, and that's something you can fix. Another issue would be the images on the print interior. If they're too low resolution, you'll get an error from Amazon. And to fix that, you have to upload for print. You can upload. You only put in high resolution files. Okay, so here we go. We're pulling up the thing. All right, we got the cover. This is the cover. Clicking through here. Okay, my half title is on the right page. It's good. Okay, and I'm just scrolling through here. It's pretty fun. All right, quality check. Print viewer didn't find any issues. Yay. Okay, that's good. Okay. So this little dotted box, that's your content is supposed to be all within inside that dotted box. If it's outside the dotted box, that's bad. That means it might possibly get cut off during printing, or it'll just be so close to the edge. Like when people put their thumbs on the edge of the book, it'll be covering up. It's kind of not a pleasant reading experience. So as long as everything's inside this dotted gray box here, that's good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to exit the print previewer. Next thing you do, you can go to the pricing. Now, the pricing for the print book, hold on, it's saying I have to approve my book. Okay, so you have to go back into the previewer and click on approve the book. Well, that's kind of a nuisance. Okay, so I approve. Approve. Okay, now that I've approved, I can get on to the pricing. Okay. All right. So the pricing, depending on how many pages your book is, and whether you did black and white interior, that'll determine how much royalty you get. So the less amount of pages, the less cost is required to produce the book. So that'll mean you'll get more of a royalty, if that makes sense. So say I want to price it at $9.99. My book was 266 pages. So I would get the cost is $4 for printing, so I get $1.96 on the royalty. So that's not great. Maybe I'll try $12.99. Let's try $12.99. Okay. So if I did $12.99 instead of $9.99, I would get $3.76 for royalty. So that's not bad. Okay. And you can check out the other options, the other marketplaces. This is basically Amazon in different countries. And then once you're satisfied with the pricing, you can go ahead publish your paperback book, and then you'll be all good. Okay, this concludes the video on how to publish your ebook and print paperback on Amazon's KDP. Thank you.